Welcome to Positive Atheism English channel. Today in our program, My Life with Gora, an autobiography of Srimati Saraswati Gora, an atheist and co-founder of Atheist Center. I am going to read out you her parents' home and regarding her childhood today. I was born in Vijayanagaram in an ordinary middle-class family. My father, Poduru Lakshmi Narasimha Rao, hailed from Vijayanagaram. My grandfather was said to have had plenty of lands and other property, but my father didn't inherit any land. He, however, had Western education. Between the years 1880 and 1885, he passed the matriculation examination. That was considered a high accomplishment then. By virtue of his education, my father earned a small position in the Vijayanagaram court and served the Raja all his life. He earned a reputation in his work as an honest, efficient and faithful worker. My mother's name was Kondamma. Her parents' family name was Kuchimanchi. They were from the Valivela village in Konasima in the East Godavari district. My mother was the eldest among her siblings. She had 5 sisters and a brother. My mother had an uncle named Cherukupalli Lakshmi Narasimha Rao. The Cherukupalli family obtained the village called Gunkalam near Vijayanagaram as a grant. Even in those times, they had an income of 2,000 to 3,000 rupees per year from that village. Lakshmi Narasimha Rao's wife and Gidugu Ramamurthi's wife were sisters. Rao had no children. Moreover, his wife died prematurely. They too had a house built next door to us on the Sharaf Khana street and lived in it. Rao never married again after his wife had died. He hired a cook for 2 to 3 months, but my father and mother asked him to eat in our home. In course of time, he gained a great influence on our family. Rao lived to be about 90 years. I never knew either my mother's father or my father's father. They were dead before I was ever born. Since Narasimha Rao was my mother's uncle, he was my granduncle. Hereafter, when I mention granduncle, I mean him. Soon after my mother started her married life, her father visited a relative's home and died suddenly while sitting on the porch there. By that time, however, my mother's elder sister, Aunt Venkamma's marriage with the Pemmaraju's boy took place in the Uratla village of Narsipatnam Taluk. After my grandfather died, my mother and Aunt Venkamma raised the rest of the children and married them off. My maternal grandmother too lived to be more than 90 years of age. She mostly lived with my mother. In all these affairs, my granduncle Lakshmi Narasimha Rao rendered support. Since he lived with us, he started to spend on our family some of the income he had derived from his lands. I am the 8th child to my parents and the last. However, among the 7 children that were born before me, only 4 brothers survived. 2 sisters and a brother had died in childhood. I only knew 4 brothers. My eldest brother is Poduru Somasundaram. After he finished his intermediate course, he was appointed to tutor Vijayanagaram Maharaja's children. He must have had that opportunity by virtue of my father's servings in the Raja's court. He used to tutor P.V.G. Raju's father and uncle. While he was still tutoring, on the one side, he passed BA and MA degree examinations as well. Later, my eldest brother worked as the head of the history department in Maharaja's college in Vijayanagaram. He died in 1934. He had 4 sons and a daughter. My second brother is Satyanarayana Murthy. He studied for BA LT and worked as a teacher in Srikakulam High School. He died in 1928. He had 1 daughter. My third brother is Suryanarayana Murthy. Due to the influence of the nationalist movement, he studied for his BA in Telugu. Since in those times a Telugu BA had no value, he was unemployed. Eventually, he worked as a revenue inspector in the Visakhapatnam harbor and retired without any promotions. By now, that is in 1979, he is my only surviving brother. He had 3 sons and a daughter. My fourth brother is Manikyam. He only studied up to matriculation. He died only 5 months after he married in 1924. He didn't have any children. my grand uncle Lakshmi Narasimha Rao adopted him. My father's position in the court was rather modest. He earned a meager 30 rupees per month. Still, he educated all his children with that income. Since my grand uncle Lakshmi Narasimha Rao was aiding our family, we did not lack anything. A strange situation prevailed in our Vijayanagara home. The atmosphere of Western education on the one side and orthodox Brahmin family traditions on the other. My mother was very orthodox. Under her regime, there was no lack of worship, religious discipline, rules of purity of touch, wearing ritually clean clothes while eating or giving in charity. Mythology reading, consultations about rules of auspicious and inauspicious moments of the day took place regularly without fail. Now my grand uncle Cherukupalli Lakshmi Narasimha Rao did not have a Western education, but he was well versed in Telugu. He was fond of philosophical discussions, literary reviews and cultural investigations. Gurajada Apparau's house was only about 50 yards from our house across the street. Gurajada, Adibhatla Narayana-dasu, Dwaram Venkateswami Naidu and his relative Gidugu Rammurthy Pantulu and others used to visit my grand uncle to chat with him. Since my first brother tutored Maharaja's children, he was acquainted with all the important people in the court. In vacations, my brother was asked to accompany the family and children on trips across the country. Thus, my elder brother was intimate with the family members of the Maharaja. In addition to earning more salary than my father, thanks to him, we also had servants. Due to his friend's presence, there was improved fragrance in the cultural atmosphere in our family. My father looked after his job and his children's education. Household affairs were all carried on by my mother and granduncle. Although my elder brother earned name and fame outside home, inside he had always obeyed my mother. My other brothers followed it. We always had enough grains, peanuts, tamarind, jaggery, salt, chilies, etc. in store in our house. In the backyard, we had milk-producing cows. My mother used to worship the cows. Such was the atmosphere of my home ever since I was conscious. And from here, I shall continue in the next episode again. Thank you.
For more videos, please subscribe to our Positive Atheism English channel presented by Samaran Channels, which has crossed more than 20 crore views. Please like, subscribe and share our videos, and for notification of our new videos, please click the bell icon.